What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full 4 times weak to fire team. Alright, so basically this was 6 Pokemon that were 4 times weak to fire, which made things rather challenging because I came against a fire type Pokemon. I was pretty much screwed. Anyways, leave those team suggestions in the comment section below, people. Any feedback on the video would be wonderful too. Let's get into it. So I've got 2 battles for tonight. Now, these battles were really good ones. I got to show off all my sets too, which is really awesome. Let's get to it. First battle was against Nacho on my chat. Also, if you guys want to battle me, that's in the description of the video. Now, I'm not sure about last night's video, but a couple of you may not have seen them. I don't think YouTube did its thing very well, so if you haven't seen those ones, make sure you do. Okay, we have a Drampa lead here. I've got a Wormadam lead here. Now, I'm going to explain my set here in a little sec. So we have Drampa using Dragon Tail there, which is interesting, kind of countering my strategy there with the Infestation. Okay, so we got a Forretress here. This is probably my favorite set on this team. Unfortunately, it was also countered by Dragon Tail at the moment here. So we have the Ferroseed coming in here, just trying to get some extra Iron Barbs damage on the Drampa, so I could actually get rid of this thing. It was starting to get really annoying there. Okay, so swapping in Scissor now. I've got Toxic on this Scissor. It's a bulky Scissor set, a bulky boosting Silverwind Scissor set. I've got Max Health, Max Special Defense there, last 4 EVs in defense. So I've got Silverwind, Roost, Toxic, and Vacuum Wave on it. Now, Vacuum Wave is a nice priority special fighting move there. Just good if I get a couple of boosts in Silverwind. I can have some priority there too. Okay, so I've got the Toxic on the Drampa, which is good there because it can stop it stalling with Dragon Tail eventually. Swapping out here, going back into Wormadam. Now, this Wormadam strategy I've actually showed before. Not sure if I've actually got to show it in a battle though. It may have only featured in bloopers or whatever. So we have Spiritomb coming in here. Now, this obviously you've seen Infestation. So the idea was to trap them in here with Infestation, right? So they're trapped in. I've got max health and max special attack on this set. Now, I've got Flash Cannon on this. I've got Metal Sound. Also, now I've got the Steelium Z here. And I've also got Rest as the last move there, in case I need to do that. That's really just a last resort. So the idea is to trap them in with the Infestation. Then I'm going to use the Z... I got Swagger there, which really sucked. I'm going to use the Z Metal Sound. Now, what Z Metal Sound does, it does... Metal Sound's normal thing, dropping the special defense of the opponent by 2, plus giving you a +1 in special attack. So initially there, when they're trapped in, you're kind of getting a +3. So it's very powerful, the next hit there. So the idea was to trap them in, get the Metal Sound, the Z move off, then hit them with a hard special attack there, and they couldn't escape because of the Infestation there. Alright, so going for the Flash Cannon now, that absolutely annihilates Spiritomb and takes it out. So I really do like that set. Me and one of my friends actually came up with that one. It was good. It's quite funny because the next battle was against him and I got to use this set. Anyways, we have Kecleon coming in here. It's going to use Nasty Plot, which is a little bit nasty. Now, I'm going to go for the Metal Sound here. I just want to go for Metal Sound, then Flash Cannon there, get some damage off on it, or even force a swap because it's got that boost up. Okay. Now, interestingly, the Kecleon is going to go for the skill swap. It's going to give me the color change and the anticipation. As soon as I seen that, I thought, yeah, I know what's going to happen here. So going for the Flash Cannon there anyway, it does lots of damage there to Kecleon. It's like base bulk saves it there. It's going to eat a berry and get a boost in special defense. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Now it's going to go for Recover there. So since it did get that +1 in defense from the berry, I know my next Flash Cannon is probably not going to kill it there. But obviously I didn't know it was going to go for the Recover there. So that's easy to look at in hindsight. Now it's going to go for the Shadow Ball here. So what it did right is it's going to hit me with the Shadow Ball, turning me into a Ghost type. So now I've got color change, right? So now it's going to be super effective. Like the Shadow Ball is going to be super effective against me the next turn. So quite a good strategy there, but I did have a pretty good counter there, and I was hitting too hard for the Kecleon to be able to, set up enough room to get that strategy off. Okay, so we have Sableye here. So I'm going pretty well at the moment. Wormadam is doing a fine job here. Sucker Punch there. It's going to go for that, which is fine. I'm going to go for the Metal Sound there, dropping its special defense here. So it's Sucker Punch set, so I thought it could be just a pretty offensive set there. It's going to take me out that, so I was like, okay, maybe it could be Banded there that did a fair bit of damage. I was running max health. Wormadam Trash that has decent defense there too. Anyway, swapping in Forretress here. Now, this set was my favorite set. I actually got a sweep with this. If you guys want to see that, let me know. We have Mandibuzz coming here. Now, I didn't really get to use it all that great against this Mandibuzz, but anyway, I'll go through the set. So, it's an automized set. Max defense, max speed. Get the Automize up right. Then I'm going to go for the Power Trick, swapping Forretress's great defense with its average attack. So now its attack stat is going to be its defense stat, and its defense stat is going to be its attack stat. So it's going to have a very big attack stat now. So going for the Bug Bite there, which does fair damage there to Mandibuzz there, but unfortunately it had a red card, I think, so that really, really sucked. Alright, so I'm going to get dragged out there. Now it's going to go for the Roost getting its health back. So I got my strategy just was completely busted there. The other move I had on it was Earthquake for 5 types. Now I did think about running Occa Berry on any of these Pokemon, but it just didn't work. The 4 times weakness, it was just pointless, so I didn't run that on there just before anyone says that. Alright, so I'm going to get knocked off there, going for the Toxic on the Mandibuzz because it's very, very bulky there. But that was my main thing I wanted to get off on that one. I wasn't too worried about going for Silver Wind boost against this thing. Okay, I nearly went for Silver Wind because I thought they may predict me going for Toxic. Anyway, so swapping out the Scissor, they're going back into Fortress. I thought I might as well try and go for a Power Trick then. Now it's going to go for the U-turn on Fortress, which is going to resist that. Now, obviously, when you swap out, that Power Trick resets there, so I'm back to my normal, huge defense and average attack. But it's a really fun strategy, and it's cool because you get, a really big attack stat there. I've used similar ones on Shuckle and stuff. I nearly said Piplup then. Oshawott comes in there, takes me out with the Hydro Pump. Oh my god, that was savage. Okay, so another really cool set here. I've got Levany Camouflage set here. Now, what Camouflage does in a Wi-Fi battle, just a normal one, so there's no, grassy terrain, psychic terrain. I get free sacks there, but you never saw that one coming, which is going to turn me into a normal type there. So I'm going to thaw out and go for Facade. Unfortunately, my item there was Toxic Orb, so I didn't get the boost there. Apparently, the Oshawott was Focus/Torrent there too, so that didn't matter. But that's going to take me out with a Hydro Pump there, so this Oshawott is absolutely savage. Alright, so bringing in Scissor here. I've got Vacuum Wave on this set, which I haven't actually revealed yet. That's going to be enough just to take out the Oshawott there. Man, that was savage. But that Levany set was really, really nice there. Camouflage turning me into a normal type. Toxic Orb activating, giving me Stab for Facade there. Also had Steel Wing for Rock type and Knock Off there just for some Ghost types and getting rid of items and such. Very fun set. I've used that on a couple of Pokemon. I used it... I'm trying to remember the other ones I used it on. Anyway, so that does a lot. That does too much damage for it not to be banded, that payback from Sableye. So I thought, what should I use here? So bringing in Parasect here. Now, this was a Choice Specs Parasect. Now, Parasect actually has some interesting special moves. I've got on this Giga Drain just for Stab. It learns Psy Beams. I was like, let's give it Psy Beam. That'll be cool. I also get Sludge Bomb there too. I had Hidden Power Ground on this one just for this particular team who was so weak to fire. I thought that'd be, quite handy. Alright, so Mandibuzz is a little bit of a worry here. Going back into Ferroseed there, because I thought, bugger, it can't really do too much to me. Then it's going to go for knockoff, getting rid of my Everlight. I'm like, bugger, that sucks. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit of Iron Barb's damage. That's not too bad, I guess. Okay, now this part of the battle was quite critical here. Now, I thought Mandibuzz could go for Roost, or it could just swap out here. It's going to go for U-turn there, doing a little bit more damage to me there. Still not doing very much there, even with the Everlight. Now, this was a max health, max special defense Ferroseed here. Now, Drampa is going to come in here. I had a feeling Drampa, since it used Dragon Tail, it could have Sap Zipper and be like a physical set. I was worried about that, so I didn't go for any Grass type moves. So getting a boost up my attack and defense there with Curse. I've got Gyro Ball in this, and this also has Sassy Nature too, so dropping its speed and raising its special defense there. So it's very, very strong with Gyro Ball. Okay, it also has Leech Seed on it, and I also have Ingrain on it too. So though Ingrain be a wonderful counter for Dragon Tail, it can't get rid of me. That'd be sweet. So once you're locked in by Ingrain too, you cannot swap out. That's the only bad thing about it. But you get nutrients every turn, so it's quite good. This is probably the most important part of the game here. Sableye comes in here. I went for the Curse on the swap. I've run Choice Banded Sableye myself, and I know that it can carry tricks, so I was really, really worried about that. And I thought, well, it's going to do a fair amount of damage to me, but I don't think it'll take me out. So here I decided to go for the Gyro Ball, because the last thing I wanted to do was get locked in by a Trick Choice Band, which I knew that it already had. The Sableye does use Trick there, and I was like, yes, that was really good. And it's going to actually trick me a Choice Band, and I'm going to go for Gyro Ball. And man, this is going to be super powerful, taking Sableye in one shot. So that is down. So we have Mandibuzz and the Drampa left. I'm still getting health from the roots there, and I've got a Choice Band and a Curse, 2 Curses up. So it's hitting very, very, very strong. All right, so now Drampa's going to fling its Assault Vest at me. That's not going to do too much. Going for the Gyro Ball there again, since I'm locked into it. I cannot swap due to Ingrain. That's going to bury Drampa there. The last Pokemon is the Mandibuzz. Now, really, the only option for the Mandibuzz here would be go for Roost there to try and stall me out of that Gyro Ball and just make me struggle myself to death. But since I've got a Choice Band and I've got 2 curses up, it's going to be hitting very, very hard there. And it's going to be, my speed is going to be really, really trash there too. Doing a lot of damage to Mandibuzz. Almost getting it out there, but it does have the Toxic too, which is going to be enough to take it out there. And that was the first game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Really fun sets there. I thoroughly enjoyed using these. I've used a couple of them in the past, but these are a few little variations. Okay, this second battle was against Richard on my chat. This was a fairly long battle too, but rather enjoyable and salty at the same time. So we have a Wormadam lead here again, doing my usual strategy. I'm just going to have a drink a cup of tea, guys. 2 secs. Man, that was good. All right, so we have a taunt lead here from the Crocodile. It's going to taunt me, but the good thing, right, is I'm going to go for Infestation, which is still an attacking move there. So trapping that in, doing nice damage there with the max special attack. Now, the good thing about a Z move too, Z Metal Sound, even though it's a status type move, when you're using it as a Z move, taunt doesn't affect it. So it's really good. It actually gets around taunt, so I can still do my strategy, then go for the Flash Cannon. All right, so he's going to set up the Stealth Rock there, which is going to be a little bit of annoying there, but that's not too bad. Like, I get a free turn to go for this. Now, we actually came up with this set together, which was quite funny. I get the Metal Sound off there, and that's going to drop the Crocodile's special defense by 2 stages. And I can go for the Flash Cannon the next turn on it. So I know that's going to do, like, heaps of damage there. It's locked in. It can't do anything there. Even if it's got some bulk about it, it's definitely not going to like this attack. Plus, Infestation is doing damage to it as well, which is it's a really nice strategy there. It's obviously situational, but it's pretty fun. Okay, so Crocodile's going to go for the Earthquake here. It really needs to take me out now, otherwise it's goodbye. Does some solid damage to me, but I do have some nice base defense there and max health. Flash Cannon just annihilates it in one shot, so I was very happy pulling this strategy off there. Last time I only really got to feature in the bloopers. So the taunt wears off, not that it really matters too much, unless I want to go for Metal Sound again. So Swalot comes in here, good to see Swalot. It's going to go for the Hidden Power on me. I was like, oh crap, it's super effective, that's going to take me down there. I had a suspicion there that it could be HP 5, but I wasn't quite sure there. I'd really just wanted to test that. Anyway, so swapping in Leavener here. So I thought he might be tempted to go for another Hidden Power Fire if it was that. Going for Camouflage there, changing my type there. I want to get normal type straight away. Okay, but it's going to go for the Stockpile there, setting up a +1 in Special Defense and Defense. So that's bad because I know my attack's not going to do as much there. But I thought, bugger it, I might as well just go for Facades and try and pressure him because he can only do 3 of them. And I'm not sure what sort of offense this has either, like offensive moves. Still does a lot of damage there. Swallow has a lot of health too, and it's very, very bulky there. So it's going to Stockpile 2 there. Now, I was wondering if it was going to make use of the Stockpile move, Swallow, or any of those type of moves. I was wondering there, or it was going to do something else. I wasn't actually sure, but it has an amazing move pool. It's a really cool Pokemon. So he's going to eat a berry there, and that's going to give him a boost in its special attacks. I'm like, interesting there. So it must be an offensive set to do that. I was actually thinking, I won't spoil what happens yet, but I was thinking a certain move there, which I've actually tried out myself. It's a pretty cool move. So it's going to get all its health back. Now I thought, well, since a Stockpile boost is gone, Facade is going to hit super hard here. Those boosts are gone there, so this should actually take it out. Facade hits super hard, just misses the kill. It leaves on like 1 health. Seriously, it's able to get the Belch off. And that takes me out. So as soon as after I seen the Stockpile, the Swallow, and the Berry, it was pretty clear to me what was going to happen there. All right, so swapping in Foresters here, I was like, please don't be Hidden Power Fire, because I want to try and get that strategy up. Anyway, so going for the Automize there, I could have gone for Earthquake to take it out, but I thought this would be a prime opportunity to set up. However, it turned out to be Swallow did have special Hidden Power on its fire, and I was like, oh, Salt. So that's my Foresters down. Unfortunately, I couldn't make use of it this battle. All right, so swapping in Scissor there anyway, I can either go for a Vacuum Wave or go for a Silver Wind here. Just went for Vacuum Wave just in case I didn't have any max in speed or anything either. Just taking it out there. It only had 1 health left. Okay, so that's down. There was a bit of a bummer I lost Foresters though, but that's how it was. Okay, so here I really needed to get a Silver Wind up to get some boost up. So we have a Mulga coming out here. My moves really can't do absolute crap to this thing, so I have to swap out and go into something different. So I went to Pharaoh Seed. I thought that'd be the best possible bet I could do. Now, I know it can get moves to get around Pharaoh Seed, but I wasn't sure. So I'm going to see the Rain Dance here, so that straight away tells me it could be going for Thunder, 100% Thunder, which isn't going to do a hell of a lot of damage to me. Plus, I can go for maybe a Leech Seed on it, or I could go for Curse, something like that. However, the Emolga's going to get swapped out into Empoleon. So Empoleon was a problem Pokemon too, and Leech Seed misses. That really sucked there. So swapping Ferroseed out there, since I don't have that Leech Seed up now, that's a little bit of a problem. I may get set up on. I really needed that on the swap. So swapping in Parasect now, taking a bit of damage there from the Stealth Rock. It's going to knock off my Choice Specs. So I was like, bugger. I was hoping to get an Effect Spore there. That would have been hell funny. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Now, Empoleon's going to go for the Drill Pack there, taking out my Parasect. So I was like, rip. So things are not looking good at the moment. I'm way down here. I've only got 2 Pokemon left. Swapping in Ferroseed here. So I was wondering what Empoleon would actually be able to do to me, aside from go for the, the knockoff. Now it's going to go for the Fly MZ Drill Pack there. I knew that I'd be able to take this one fairly well because I've got the Everlight attached, but I knew the knockoff probably would be coming afterwards. I really needed to either go for Ingrain here or get my curses up and try and go for the Gyro Ball there and try and work that strategy. Anyway, so Empoleon flies up in the air very majestically there, smashing into my Ferroseed, not doing too much damage there to me. Okay, so going for the Ingrain there. So Ingrain's going to give me some health recovery back there. I do like Ingrain. It's such a situational move, though, because you really have to be 110% sure, before you use it. All right, so Empoleon's going for that knockoff there, getting rid of my Everlight. I get a bit of Iron Barbs damage there, not that it really matters too much. So it can either just keep spamming, like Drill Peck against me to finish me off, or I can swap out on this Leech Seed. Here I've got the double heal, though, from the Ingrain and the Leech Seed, so I thought that, that's better than nothing there. But it's easily worked around, right? I didn't have any forms of recovery on this set either. I couldn't really fit it on the set. I mean, I could have gone for Rest or something like that, but I didn't really want to. I really wanted to try Ingrain out. I like Ingrain. All right, so Mr. Mime's going to come in here. Now, I do have Gyro Ball there, getting up the Curse on the swap there, which is going to give me a buff in my attack and defense. Now, Mr. Mime is very weak to Gyro Ball there, and it's quite a speedy Pokemon in itself there. Now, I was wondering what this set would be like. You can run a couple of things there. I wonder for that. I was actually worried about Trick again, but it's going to be a Technician set there with the Icy Wind, not doing too much for me. It actually drops my speed there, which is going to power up my Gyro Ball, and that's definitely going to be more than enough to take out Mr. Mime there, so that's good. Obviously, he had no other moves to hit me with. I say it would have probably been something like Confusion, Magical Leaf, something like that, and Nasty Plot, something along those lines, I say it would have been. Anyway, so we have the Emolga coming out here. It can either go for Thunder against me or Air Slash. Now it's going to go for the Air Slash, and that's going to do lots of damage there to me. Since I don't have the Everlight anymore, it's doing loads to me. Going for the Gyro Ball there anyway, just getting some damage off that. Since it resists it, that actually saved it. Otherwise, if it was any other, like a neutral hit, it definitely would have taken it out there. But it hits so hard against speedy Pokemon. Okay. I was low-key hoping for that Air Slash to actually miss there, and for me to take the Emolga out, but that didn't happen. So, my last Pokemon is the Scizor. But we're definitely not finished this battle. It still went for a fair amount of time. So, getting a little bit of Stealth Rock damage there on my Scizor. Guys, I really needed that Silver Wind boost to happen. If it was any time now, I needed it to happen. Okay, so Emolga's going to go for the Rain Dance, clearly going for Thunder the next turn. Now, I had a thought of putting Rain Dance on my team, but I really couldn't help it, fit it in and on any of my Pokemon there at all. So I just left that one out, but it was an option there too. There was other Pokemon than these 6 to use as well, obviously there. Okay, so trying to go for that Silver Wind boost there. I desperately need it. I really needed it. And now Emolga is going to go for the Thunder. Now, I did have some bulk in health and in special defense, which actually saved me because that would have, that seal is still hitting super hard there. Of course, I get paralyzed on the first turn there, and it's got some Life Orb damage there, which is good because that's slowly taking itself out. Unfortunately, Scizor actually gets paralyzed there, which really sucks because I did want that. I did want to take it out there, and even if Silver Wind didn't kill, I could go for the Vacuum Wave the next turn there to just stop all this extra Thunder damage for the next encounter, whatever Pokemon it would be there. So, it's going to hit itself there with the Life Orb there. I just get the Roost off, which is hype there, which is going to get me enough health to be prepared for the next Pokemon. So I had a good amount of health here. This is really good. I could go for Vacuum Wave, finish off the Emolga there. I've got over 3/4 of my health left. This is really good. But then I get paralyzed there, which sucks there because now Emolga's going to be able to get another Thunder off of me, getting a lot of my health down there, whereas I would have had a lot more health to work with there. And I could have had another chance to get more Silver Wind boost off instead of going for a Roost the next turn. Okay, so that's down, and we have a Emolga left and one other Pokemon that I hadn't actually seen then, and we actually get to see it this turn. It's Pupitar, so I was like, oh man, if this has I I know this for a fact. It has shed skid, so I was like, my Toxic's not going to work too well here. Like, I'm going to have to rely on it. But now it's going to go for Sandstorm. So going for the Silverwind here, I really, really need another boost or another, like a boost in general to do some sort of damage to this thing. Okay, so getting more damage, leftover recovery there. This is probably the longest part of the game. Now, this Pupitar, right, it had Stone Edge and it also had Earthquake. It actually hit 8 Stone Edges in a row. 8 of them in a row. What the fuck? Like, seriously. So it was going for Earthquake and Stone Edge. See, every Stone Edge that landed against me, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Okay, so I get critted about 2 million times here. I'm just going to sum up what happened in this encounter. I get critted. I get paralyzed 1 million times in a row there. I was really, really struggling to actually get just a basic Silverwind off because I couldn't actually get it. I get paralyzed then I have to heal up again. Then by the time I healed up again and got a move off, I'd be on low health again, so I had to keep roosting up. So I tried to get the Toxic up on the oh my god, on the I actually call my Pupitar Puberty. Anyway, so got that Toxic on the Pupitar there, but it shed skin healed it, so I knew that would happen. I was just hoping it would rack up a little bit more damage there before it kicked in. There, I did have Vacuum Wave, which is super effective, but obviously it's an Everlight variant set there, so it's not really doing anything. So getting paralyzed here 1 million more times in a row. Now these I was trying to just stall that out, really. I don't think it had any other attacking moves outside of Stone Edge and Earthquake there. I was guessing its last move would have been Rest there, because Rest and Shed Skin works very well there. But once those moves kind of ran out there, it just would have been like a stall fest there. And the Pupitar just would have been sleeping and using Sandstorm. So it's going to finally go down there, and that was such a long part there. I'd sped that up like 300% there. Okay, so the last Pokemon here is the Empoleon. Now, I know Empoleon has got like Drill Peck. It has something like Waterfall. We've already seen those 2 moves on it already. Okay, so now it's going to go for the knockoff here on my Scizor. Getting rid of my leftovers. I just hang on there. I'm able to get that Roost off there. So I'm like, I'm back in the game here. I'm back in the game. So I've got I don't have my leftovers recovery, so all I needed here was to get maybe another Silverwind boost off. I just thought I'd burn all my Silverwinds. If I don't get a boost, I can start going for Roost and Vacuum Wave. That, I was positive this didn't have any recovery at all. It was like just a full-out sweeping set. Now, it's going to go for the Waterfall on me. I hang on there again, get the Roost off. The problem here was I didn't have enough room to actually attack here. I either got paralyzed, or it was the same as the encounter before. There wasn't a lot of opportunities for me to attack. Anyway, so it's going to keep going for the Waterfall, going for the Scummy Flinch there. I get another Silverwind off, which is nice. I was like, please get a boost. But I didn't. I wanted it to help me get some extra damage, plus the overall bolt would have been really handy there. And Poland's going to go for another Waterfall there, and I get paralyzed. I'm like, no! So I was like, have to get a Roost off this turn. I'm like, I got to get off or it's game. And Poland's going for yet another Waterfall on me. I live, and I get flinched. I'm like, no! Oh, man. Such a close battle there at the end. I couldn't do anything. I just went for Vacuum Wave to get some damage. As you can see, it did absolutely monkey bullshit, nothing. And the Empoleon's going to finish me off with the Waterfall, and I'm not even salty at all. Thanks for the game, Richard. It was fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed.